Jesús Carmona Molina, thank you for speaking to Mexico News Daily. Could you start off telling our readers a little bit about Schneider Electric in Mexico? You mentioned you have 11 plants in Mexico. Can you tell us what your company does here in Mexico?
Sure. Globally, we are originally a French company, and we are part Mexico and Central America, which I have the privilege of leading. We are part of our North American division, which is the largest division for Schneider Electric. We are the world leader, and it's true also in Mexico, in electrical distribution, industrial automation, associated services, and sustainability services. So we enable electricity to happen everywhere, every sector. It's very transversal. In Mexico, we have this year 80 years being in country. In Central America, it's 47. I have the honor of working alongside, as of last week, 19,500 people. We've experienced exponential growth in the last 4 years. We went from 12,000 to 19,500. 11 plants across the country. Most of we manufacture is sold to the US, so we have a strong dependency. We support it in the US for Schneider. And then we serve the Mexican and Central America market as well, some part of Canada. We also, what I'm really proud of is not only our manufacturing footprint, but also intellectual manufacturing footprint. We have, as I was mentioning in the panel, we believe in this amazing capacity of Mexican talent to do things beyond what can be done with your hands. Since 1994, Mexico has proven to the world and to the United States that you can manufacture anything you want in a very cost-efficient way. Years ago, we realized that there's also the intellectual ability of Mexico. We started with R&D, and today I just opened, in October of last year, we opened our new intellectual manufacturing hub in Monterrey with more than 600 people, and today I have approximately 2,200 people in Mexico doing advanced R&D, project management, digital services, marketing for the globe. And that was only 300 people, 6 years ago. So we have traditional manufacturing footprint, the intellectual manufacturing of Mexico serving the world for Schneider, and then we have the business we do, which we have the honor of being market leaders in every category.
So the federal government has just announced new rules for the public-private partnerships. What were your initial takeaways from that? And also during your presentation now, you said that once the energy situation improves, you expect the investment will follow. How soon do you think that will happen? And also, your initial reactions on the reform?
Yeah, so actually what was even announced, so you have the reform that we still need the secondary laws regarding self-generation to be passed. So it's been announced what will happen. The mechanisms to execute it have not been defined. So there's an important change that needs to be approved by Congress, which is the credits appear, and now CNE appears under CFE. Once that's approved, we expect that the rules for that self-generation, which enables that 46% investment in part, will be clear. Hopefully that will take place within 3, 4, 5 months. It's not defined yet. Mm-hmm. Now, President Sheinbaum announced, I think it was Tuesday or Wednesday of this week in Querétaro. If it wasn't Wednesday, it was Thursday. But she actually announced the investment plan, for CFE and privates. So that will take longer to execute because then you're talking about additional generation capacity, transmission capacity, and by default, those projects are longer time. So they can start, later this year, and it will take years for them to execute. So both type of investments, self-generation, private investment, public investment by CFE, they may start at the same time, but they will be on different pacing because of the dynamics required by the infrastructure associated.
And what do you see happening with renewables during Sheinbaum's term? She's obviously, I think during the campaign, she committed to spending something like $13 billion on renewable projects. And also then you've got the private sector perhaps coming in to do more renewable projects. Do you think we'll see a significant difference during this term of government in the renewable space?
Well, it is stated in the plan that most of that capacity I don't want to say a percentage. I think it was 60% that I read, but quite frankly, I don't have it clear in my mind that 46% incremental capacity coming from private sector needs to have a large percentage of it being clean energies. Okay, and there is also a statement, which again I don't recall the exact percentage, that of the 54 incremental capacity by CFE, a large portion will have to be clean energies. It is also true, and then when you look at the self-generation from 700 kilowatts to 20 megawatts, that will be all clean. I mean, it will not be the traditional generation plants. The fastest, physically speaking, when we're pragmatic, the fastest way to set up a new plant for 5 megawatts that will feed this whole complex plus another couple of hotels, or maybe this complex because it's pretty large, is solar. You know? So it's also a marriage of how fast do I need it, what is the fastest type of energy that I can get, and that happens to be luckily clean energy if you don't have other sources. So I think we will move in the right direction. We may dislike the pace, but I think we're going to move in the right direction in terms of how the Mexican energy matrix, clean versus not clean, will look moving forward, which today, you know, is far from what one would desire if you are in favor of clean.
So obviously there's this big project in Sonora, which I don't think is operating completely yet, right, in Puerto Peñasco. Do you see the potential for similar projects in different parts of the country to cover, you know, energy needs more broadly across Mexico? And how realistic is it for projects like that to you know, power industry in the area, or is it more focused on residential?
No. You can have solar or wind. When you have scale, of course, we have seen a decline in wind globally. Solar, as it's been said and stated and proven, Mexico, not only the northern states, you have also states in the south that, you know, sun is something we get, and we get the good quality of sun for solar energy production. So if you can set up the solar, you know, farms and produce the energy, whether it is, look, consumption of energy doesn't care where it comes from. I mean, if you think about a unit of energy consumed, it's the same if it comes from, if I'm a bulb, 60 watts bulb, I don't know if it came from solar, if it came from wind, or if it came from coal. I know what I'm getting. Now, we want to generate it that way, so yeah, you set up a solar farm with 20 megawatt capacity, and that can feed industries, hospitalities, it could feed data centers, as well as residential. Now, it will have to be a very large residential.